Well, the burn bands keep spreading, and there's not really any relief in the 7-day forecast, but beyond that, possibly. We'll talk about it after this. I keep wondering when people are going to start sending emails saying, you know what, we don't need to hear about the weather today. We've heard enough of this never-ending, dry, hot forecast. But here's your reminder that it has been hotter. 107 in the summer of 1977 in Cleburne. Of course, the temperatures weren't the only thing that was hot. Star Wars was hot in theaters around that time. 113 and 111 in 1954 in Corsicana and Hillsborough, and then Waxahachie, much more recent, 2011 with 104. Of course, you remember we also had a big snowstorm that year. So interesting factors looking back in history, and that's about all the interesting things we have in the forecast today. It's just hot. 102, 103 degrees, about the same as yesterday. I know that in our western counties, we actually broke 104, 105. I think I saw 106 out there. So the closer you get to that high pressure center, yes, you are going to get warmer temperatures out there. Overnight lows tonight, maybe a degree or two cooler, 76, 77 degrees. And then we do have the heat advisories that continue. I think it was just actually extended to tomorrow night, Thursday night at 8 p.m. So same areas. Navarro County still not added in, but still very warm temperatures out there. And then the burn bands continue to expand. Yes, Ellis County did pass that burn ban yesterday. If you were watching the meeting, they actually said, hey, Fire Marshal, we don't even need to hear from you. We know that the conditions are terrible, and which is interesting. I've heard at times Ellis County Commissioner's Court can have quite a bit of debate about those burn bans, but no debate yesterday. Very quick passage. So now all 4 counties are under 90-day burn bans. Of course, those can be repealed at any time, but the longest they go is 90 days, and I imagine they will probably be peeled back after we get through probably August, and hopefully we get more rain going forward. So here's the water vapor imagery here, and we put this into motion. Again, you can just see that clockwise rotation here. You see that high pressure system. Convection up in Missouri, again, they seem to be hogging it, and unfortunately we won't be getting any of that here. We have some clouds that are welcome. We'll take anything we can get. And then we also, of course, have the Saharan dust that will be making its way up from the south as well. So that's going to kind of help to cut down on those UV rays, maybe cut down on the heat just a little bit, but not much. If we look at the forecast here, there's not a whole lot of help here. I've got 102 the next couple of days, 101, and yes, you see the kind of the hazy icons here, that Saharan dust in the air, and yes, the increased fire risk too. That really goes for the whole forecast. 10-mile-per-hour winds the next few days, 10 to 15 on Saturday, and then about 5 to 10 after that, and that will be when we're looking at the higher risk of those fire dangers. So overnight, staying in the mid to upper 70s. So just continues and continues and continues on into next week. Now, here's what I'm going to be watching. As we get into the weekend and early next week, we will start to get a better look at the first week of August. It looks right now like there could be a pattern change in the cards for that period of time, but it's still a little bit out there in the forecast. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But for now, the heat continues, and I will be watching those models to see if that pattern change holds. Oftentimes this time of year we see one coming, and then as you get closer it just kind of fizzles out. So we'll keep an eye on the forecast for you, but for now, hot, dry conditions, fire risk increasing, Saharan dust around too. It's a period of time when you just need to be smart and be safe out there. And yes, obey those burn bans because things are very, very dangerous across our area. More to come this week on our summer forecast, but also a possible pattern change coming soon.